Somewhere deep beneath the earth, in the heart of silent, shadowed stone, something was waiting, nameless, voiceless, and long forgotten. Until, in 2013, two cavers, Stephen Tucker and Rick Hunter, stepped into a world that had remained untouched for millions of years. They entered a cave marked on maps with a name as poetic as its mystery, Rising Star. Located about 50 kilometers northwest of Johannesburg, South Africa, this cave had long attracted adventurers, yet not all its passageways had been explored. Through a fissure so narrow that one arm had to be pressed tightly to the body while the other stretched overhead, a maneuver later called the Superman Crawl, the two explorers reached a chamber 100 meters from the cave's entrance, a place no one had ever seen before. That chamber would later be named Naledi, of the stars, in the local language. And there, in that silent depth, bones lay hidden, fragments of skulls, jaws, ribs, and limbs from beings that looked human, but thought in ways we still do not understand. By 2017, over 1,550 fossil fragments had been recovered from the chamber, representing at least 18 individuals, from infants to the elderly, the largest collection ever found in Africa from a single extinct human species. Yet the presence of those bones, buried in the deepest part of the cave, remains a mystery that science has yet to fully unravel. There were no signs of carnivore teeth on the bones, no traces of silt, mud, or pebbles carried by flowing water. The cave was still, undisturbed, as if something or someone had deliberately brought the bodies to this remote chamber. Were we facing a crude, primal form of ritual for the dead? Could beings with small brains but complex minds have buried their dead in the darkness of the cave? And the creature itself, an upright body, capable hands, a face eerily familiar. It resembled Homo erectus, but not entirely. It resembled us, but with a brain far smaller. Lee Berger, the lead explorer of the Rising Star team, assigned these fossils to neither any known human species nor to any branch of the Australopithecus family. Their mix of traits, primitive, advanced, and altogether unique, called for a new name, Homo Naledi, the Naledi human, a new star in the evolutionary sky. But what astonished scientists was not just the discovery of a new species, it was when this being walked the Earth. Based on its small brain and primitive anatomy, researchers first believed Naledi must have lived between 1 and 2 million years ago, a time when small brains were still the norm, not the exception. But in 2017, with the help of advanced dating methods on teeth and surrounding sediments, a startling truth emerged. Homo naledi lived between 335,000 and 236,000 years ago. Not in the dawn of human evolution, but in its middle chapters. In an age when our own species, Homo sapiens, was just beginning to rise. This discovery struck like a hammer against long-held beliefs. Could a species with a brain half the size of ours have survived in the age of big brains, perhaps even alongside intelligent humans? The only other known small-brained hominin from the Middle Stone Age is the Homo floresiensis of Indonesia, a species that lived in isolation on a remote island and appears to have vanished shortly after the arrival of modern humans. The answer remains uncertain. Some researchers believe Homo naledi represents a deeply ancient branch of the human family tree, one that may have split from our shared lineage over 900,000 years ago. Others suggest it may be the result of hybridization, a merging of early human ancestors with remnants of the Australopithecus line. Its skull bears a striking resemblance to Homo erectus, and yet the differences are many. And one question still lingers in silence. Did Homo naledi survive only in the southern corner of Africa? Or should we be searching for its shadow across the entire continent, in the forgotten margins of our story? Homo naledi hides its secrets, not in the complexity of its mind, but in the breathtaking contradictions of its existence. Its brain measured only between 465 and 610 cubic centimeters, short in stature, averaging just 144 centimeters in height and light in weight. between 40 and 56 kilograms. And yet, in the heart of a dark cave, its bodies were placed in a way that suggests a ritual. Primitive, perhaps, but intentional. Could a creature with such a small brain have engaged in symbolic or funerary behavior? A question that shook the scientific world. Because if the answer is yes, then our definition of what it means to be human must be rewritten. The body of Naledi is a fusion of past and future. Its feet were made for walking, just like ours. But its shoulders and arms, they seem shaped for climbing, as though part of it still belonged to the trees. Curved fingers and wrists with the rare ability to touch thumb to pinky, traits seen in toolmakers, not in apes, which means perhaps it crafted tools, though none have yet been found. Perhaps what has been lost is proof of what it once was capable of becoming. And perhaps a large brain was never the only path to a complex mind. Amid the scattered bones, explorers uncovered teeth that told a story all their own. Thick enamel, a rugged structure, and a striking resemblance to a powerful species called Paranthropus robustus, a being built to chew tough plants and fibrous roots. But the contradictions were apparent from the start. Naledi's frame was more delicate, its jaws lighter, its teeth differed in crucial details. Was Homo naledi a remnant of a forgotten past, or the result of a convergence between two evolutionary paths? In 2022, scientists found evidence that once again turned everything upside down. Some dental features suggested that Homo naledi may have used fire, not only for cooking, but perhaps to bring light into the absolute darkness of the cave. If true, this would make Naledi one of the first hominins to ignite a spark of awareness in the lightless depths of the earth. And there was a subtler, yet profoundly important clue. The enamel growth pattern in Naledi's teeth was familiar, strikingly similar to our own. Recent studies of Naledi's teeth have shown that the enamel grew at a rate similar to modern humans. This suggests slower development and delayed maturity, a hallmark of modern humans linked to extended learning and the formation of complex social bonds. Another clue that behind that small skull there was more than meets the eye. Each new piece of evidence emerges in a haze of questions, and each answer casts doubt on what we thought we knew. In confronting Homo naledi, the ancient and the contemporary become entangled. It forces us to reconsider what defines humanity. It urges us to rethink everything. This endless cycle of discovery does more than expand our worldview. It deepens our commitment to understanding the dynamic story of our species. The discovery of Homo naledi is not just an archaeological event. It is the largest collection of hominin fossils ever found in Africa. But beyond numbers lies a deeper challenge, a question of who we are and where the story of being human truly began.